Good morning. Now I know you are all looking forward to the act coming after mine, which if you don't know already, it's lunch. But give me 15 minutes of your time to show you the importance and value of global citizenship and how diversity and compassion can be the secret ingredients to creating a better future. Now, one of the reasons why we are able to enjoy Chipotle for lunch today is because we live in a country that appreciates and values diversity, celebrates difference, and encourages people to embrace what makes them different and come together to create a brighter, better future. Looking around the room today, I see diversity. I see people who come from all different cultures, who have had different experiences, who have different interests. Many of you may have moved here from another country. Many of you may have family members who live in another country. And many of you in the future may want to work, live, or go to school in another country. And that is why diversity is so important, and global citizenship is so essential because there is diversity. I am 16. I belong to a generation called Generation Z. We are the future leaders and world changers. Out of our big and diverse group will spawn the future politicians who will make a difference, doctors who will cure diseases, artists who will create the most breathtaking masterpieces, and innovators who will invent new ways to do different things. In our modern society today, we face a lot of global issues that affect not just one individual, citizens from one country, but everyone on a global scale. Issues such as unemployment, poverty, war, lack of opportunity in education and in equality, and also lack of access to clean water and clean food. I believe there is only one way that we can solve these issues, and it's by caring about each other, embracing what makes each other different, and coming together to create a better future. Now, the generation before us sent a man up to the moon, blessed us with the talents of the Michaels, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, and Michael Phelps, invented the iPhone, propelled the world into a digital revolution, and on top of that, invented something very special, rap music. Now, many may worry about my generation because they think we are lazy. They think that all we care about is if our Instagram has flow or not. If going out with friends, keeping Snapchat streaks, as well as binge watching the entire 13 episodes of 13 Reasons Why in a single weekend. But I'm not the least bit worried for my generation because we are compassionate. We care about each other, and not just our friends and family, but people who may live halfway across the world, who may face the same struggles as we do, and who may care for us as we do for them. Caring about each other, though we are so different, though we live in different countries, that is what I call global citizenship. I am a global citizen. When I look at the news and see stories of terrorism, shootings, pain, people suffering because of lack of access to clean water, women suffering in countries where it is still legal to beat your wives. When I hear stories like that, I hurt because they are hurting. These are issues that we all face, and these are issues that we all can face someday. And it is when we turn other people's fight for justice into our own fight, struggles into our own struggles, and problems into our own problems, can we overcome these issues together. We are stronger together. Our future relies not on competition, but rather on collaboration. Not one country competing with another, but people coming together and empowering each other and raising each other up. We grow stronger as a human race when we help each other, when we care for each other, and help each other overcome these issues and challenges that we face today. Not one community competing against another community, but people embracing what makes them different and using it to create change rather than separation. We are stronger as a human race when we want each other to succeed no matter how different we are. Not one group of people competing against another, but everyone realizing, yes, we are different. But at the end of the day, we are all human beings who want to feel the same feelings of happiness, joy, safety, and fulfillment. We grow stronger as a human race when we help each other reach our goals, many of which we share. We have a bright future through global citizenship. And I experienced that most notably in my most recent trip to Kenya. In spring break this year, me and 20 other girls from my school traveled to Kenya to volunteer for an organization many of you may be familiar with, called WE, formerly known as Me to We. Many of you may have attended their infamous WE Days and have heard of them. And this organization has always inspired me so much, not just because of how fast it's grown and how big it's grown, but also because of its big vision and purpose to create a global world where everyone comes together. We work together to solve issues. We make each other better. I believe that the equation to being unstoppable in the face of hardship and struggle is a group of dedicated people who are compassionate, who care, plus a shared higher purpose and goal. And that is what WE is about. And that is what global citizenship is about. Now, getting to Kenya was quite a journey. It involved an 8-hour flight from Vancouver to Amsterdam, following another 8-hour flight after a couple-hour layover at the Amsterdam airport, from Amsterdam to Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya. And if you can see in this picture, this is the bus that we loaded our stuff on before heading to a WE headquarters, where we spent a night before driving hours to our campsite. This is our campsite. So this is the first area where we spent the first week of our travels. And this is where we slept for a few days, and this is what our showers looked like. This was the second place where we stayed for the rest of our trip. This area was a community area that we ate our meals in and also had meetings in. Now, the culture in Kenya was unbelievable. It was breathtaking. We would wake up every single morning at 5 a.m., not just because of jet lag, but also because it seemed like the entire bird species alive was chirping outside our tents. It was like a concert every single morning. Now, the people there I met made me feel so much at home, even when I was the farthest I could be from home. A lot of our trip consisted of bus rides ranging from 5 minutes long to even 5 to 6 hours long. And in those bus rides, I would always enjoy spending time with my friends on the bus, as well as looking at the world around me. There was people who would wave jambo to us, which means hello. And there were kids who would run with our bus, screaming in excitement to welcome us, and that they were excited to see us there. We would pass by animals, such as in this picture, cattle, as well as sheep and donkeys. We would pass by their marketplace, which looked like this, some farms, and as well as schools and homes. On one of the first days, we were invited to attend the grand opening of a new women's center. It was so inspiring for me to witness the diversity of the people that were there at this event. Not only was the community themselves celebrating their new success, but also students like me, who come from different places all over North America, who were just as inspired to come down and experience what global citizenship really meant. So in these pictures, what groundbreaking is, I'll explain. Groundbreaking is literal ground breaking. You break the ground through pickaxing and shoveling And that is a ritual and a ceremony to kind of mean like a new beginning. And these were the women that were being celebrated, and they would have a new women's center. This is my favorite picture that I took my whole trip. This is where a mama, which is what members of the community call these women, put a beaded necklace around my neck after dancing and celebrating their new success. One of my favorite experiences in Kenya was doing the water walk. So before doing it, I thought, I work out sometimes. I'm pretty fit. How hard could it be to carry a water jug? And I have never been more wrong in my entire life. It blew my mind to think how women and kids, not so much different from me, who were my age, could carry these water jugs for miles upon miles upon miles. The difference is, I did it once. They do it every day because if they didn't, they wouldn't have water to cook with, to drink. I did it once to try it. They do it every single day to survive. This was at the home of a traditional Maasai family consisting of one husband, 3 wives, and 30 children. In this picture, these are 2 of the mamas out of 3 that accompanied us during our journey. Keep in mind, I also got to switch shifts with 2 of my friends, and for maximum, I probably carried the jug, which looked like this, for maybe 2 minutes. It was very hard. One of my favorite things that I did there was volunteering. Our volunteering consisted of groundbreaking, as I've mentioned before, and in this picture you can see a progress of one of the sites that we worked in. So it was so inspiring to me to see my teachers, my friends, and fundis, who were construction workers, and they're in here in the picture, working together for a common purpose. We were all so different, but we came together because we had a common goal. We wanted to build a classroom for students. One of the favorite places I went to was this garden. It was a garden that's sole purpose was to grow organic and whole food for the school that they provided it for. This garden was much more advanced than I thought. And a global goal that everyone in every country has is how to create healthy, whole, organic food. Every country, no matter where you are, you want to improve on your agriculture, you want to improve on your health. And if we have a common goal, would it not make sense to combine our intelligence and help us reach the goal? I met a lot of students in my time in Kenya. I visited a bunch of schools, and I got to hang out with a lot of kids. In this picture shows a science lab where they learn chemistry. This picture was one afternoon at one of the schools. We got to hang out with the children. And this was one of my last days I spent in Kenya. And this was a dance that they would perform for us. There was a lot of dancing. Every time we went to a new school, the schools would welcome us with a dance and a song, and they also pressured us to sing as well. So we did. We didn't know what song to sing, so somehow we gathered that it was smart to sing Baby by Justin Bieber for them, because that was the song that we all knew the lyrics to. So we would exchange songs, we would exchange clapping games, we would exchange our languages. They would teach us new things, and we would teach them English. It was so inspiring to be around these little kids. They're not so much different from us. They have such big aspirations. One of my favorite things to ask them was, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I heard responses such as a pilot, a dentist, a doctor. On one of the schools we went to, on their walls, they wrote down their school values. Values such as being a community, cultural values, diversity, promoting leadership, and engaging in active learning. These are values that I noticed that I also share at my school. And I'm sure that many other schools all over North America, all over the globe, share these exact same values. One of the girls I met there was called Faith. she had a very special impact on me. She is this extremely brilliant and confident little girl. Her dream was to become a doctor when she grows up. She carries herself with grace, and although English is not her first language, she speaks it so clearly with so much confidence. I did not expect to cry at all this day, but when it came time to leave, I started bawling my eyes out. She looked at me, she was confused. "Why are you crying?" she asked. And I said, "I'm sad because I have to leave." And then she said, "But I'll see you again someday, right? I'll see you someday soon." And I promised her that someday she would. And then she said, "Well, maybe one day we can meet again in Canada." And I believe maybe one day that can happen because we live in such a connected world through technology that no matter where you are, what country you're in, you can connect. And that is also another reason why global citizenship is so essential. I believe that I experienced in firsthand in Kenya why global citizenship is so important and necessary. Why global citizenship is something that is the best way for us all to reach our common goals. It's the best way for all of us to solve these issues that impact every single individual. Through diversity, there is strength. Through strength, there is compassion. Through compassion, there is global citizenship. And through global citizenship, there is our bright future. Together, we can make the world a better place, and together we will. I am a global citizen. Are you? Thank you.